Hello guys, today we need to do video lesson 8, which is Open Your Science page 252, which is about force, everyday force. If we need to know what's the meaning of force, the forces mean any push or pull that cause an object to move, stop, or change their speed or direction. So what's mean by force? It's any push or pull that cause an object to move this object, or to stop move this object, or to change the speed of this object or the direction. So it's very easy, the meaning of the force. After that, we have the three forces that affect objects on earth. Really, we have three forces affect the objects on earth, either by the friction or magnetism or the gravity. So friction, magnetism, or gravity, the magnet. Okay, so friction, magnet, by force of magnet, or gravity. One by one, we need to know what's mean this force. Like the friction is a force that acts against the motion when two surfaces rubs against each other. So the friction, that's mean what? That's mean when two surfaces rub each other. When it's two surfaces rub each other, this is friction happen. Really, inside the book you have a picture. Look about the pictures of friction. In here, there is a little friction between the luge runner and the ice. Between the ice and this is the luge runners. The force of gravity pulls the luge to the downhill. In here, we have also when the rider wants to stop, they pulls out on the runners and will put his feet down. The increased friction stop the luge. So this is also happen friction. Okay, they happen in here friction to let this one this luge to stop. Also in here friction. Okay, and here also friction between the luge and the ice. So should be friction happen between the two surface, then the friction happen. Okay, if we need to know about the second force, which is about the magnetism. So the magnetism also, it's a force of attraction between the magnet. So it's the force applied to attraction between the magnet and the magnetic object. You know that as we have some objects will be attracted to the magnet. Okay, so like the iron. And here they explain to you also about the magnet. They say that is the magnets generally have two poles, south S and north N pole. If it is you apply the south point near to the north point, will be attract on each other because it's different pole. So the different point of pole, then attracting each other, come close to each other. Okay, and here because it is same point of the pole, south, or maybe if it is north, so will be repel away from each other. Why repel away from each other? Because they are same poles. Okay, so should be different poles then attracting each other. Magnetic field mean what? Now when you throw the pieces of iron, okay, so in this area, whereas this piece of iron will be attract going to the the north or the south pole, this area we call it's a magnetic field. Okay, so why do a magnet's poles point north and south? Why do we have north and south pole? It's because the earth is a huge magnet, and you know that is the earth have north and south pole. Okay, so this is the second one. The last one about the gravitation. Okay, it's also force that pulls any object toward the ground. Any objects will be, if you feel any object's a ball or this pencil, now when you throw it will be pulls toward the ground. Why? Because of the gravitation. So any force that pulls any objects toward the another object toward the ground, it's gravitation. طبعا this force holds things to the surface on earth. By this force, that's why they hold everything to the surface of the earth. The strength of gravity between the two objects, طبعا the gravity depends on something. First, depend on the distance between the object and the mass of this object. So if it is great distance between, like imagine in here is earth, great distance between this object and the earth, if it is a great distance, it's very far away, we have gravity but less force of gravitation. But even when the object is near in the earth surface, so close to earth surface, will be more gravitation, more force gravitation to pull this object. So the gravity depends on the distance and the mass of this object, if it is like more in mass or less in mass. And what are the three forces affect the earth and object on earth every day? So we have three forces that affected the earth and or any objects every day. What are these forces? The friction, the magnetism, and the gravitation. Friction, magnetism, and the gravitation. So these are what? The three forces that affected the earth every day. And sure, we have also like how the moon will be keeps which force keeps the moon in orbit around the earth. Also, it's the gravitation. Because of gravitation, that's why it helps to keep the moon in orbit around which is when it's around the earth.